T30. For the bottom ones, it's just better to use that instead of a ratchet because of access. Same size as expected T30 as well. They seem to be very, very loose. There's not much effort in loosening these. No wonder I was having those leaks in the first place. Right. So I need to be very careful. So, wasn't this smooth after all? These they managed to just pull through these two with the rail. Then I've got those two left. So those two remaining ones I'm going to pull using the special tools that I ordered to remove, specifically to remove these. I've got a set of insertion tools and a set of removal tools for the injectors. Okay. So just going to pop this electrical connector out. I also have got a brush. So what I will do, this video is already too long. I'm going to basically order the replacement. I'll replace this injector and some seals. Then for the other 3 injectors, I won't replace the injectors, I'll replace only the seal. Because on my diagnostics machine, I also picked up some codes on that first injector. Yeah, so this is what the rail looks like. The rail itself is okay, no leaking on the rail, but so in part 2 I would have already ordered the replacement seals and the one injector. So one thing I forgot to mention about these electrical connectors. So what happens is there's this grey little handle there that you pull. Initially what you do is you first pull the handle, then push the connector inwards, then pull. These I'm supposed to renew anyway. The recommendation is to pull them out with a flat, not with the tool that I'm using. But I just found it easier to use the tool. So I've already purchased a new pack to replace. This is the tool that I use to pull that slots in there. For these ones, they're They were not so difficult to pull. I didn't even require any, what you call it, your spanner or ratchet there. Then you keep on turning it until it pulls. This is what I'm using to clean up. Just put a little oil there. A little oil on the O-ring. Going to get these rings here. Going to fit the ring this way. Right. Should just snap into place. Then I'm going to slide my injector straight into the chamber. Next we reconnect the cables for the injectors. Just need to make sure there's no debris on them. You just snap them in. Next bit is the most critical. Mount the rail back. Threaded end on the right hand side. High pressure sensor on the left. When you mount this, you start with the right, moving leftwards. Then we slot in the famous bolts that are snapping Originally you're supposed to do 8 Newton meters and 90 degrees, but I'm told this has been upped up to 10 Newton meters and 90 degrees. So we're just going to slot this in, then torque it, and that's it for the rail. Come on. Yep. Should feel it snapping to place. And let's do this diagonally in pairs first. Okay, so this 9 Newton meters and it's 10 Newton meters. Next up is putting back the high pressure pipe, that connection from our pump to the rail. It's a recommendation to replace this with a new one, but due to time and funding constraints, I'm just going to return the old one. And what you need to do is you need to put a slight thin film of oil either end on the ferrules, then tighten it. So the longer end is the one that gets in here, the pressure pipe, then the shorter end gets on the pipe like this. So I'm just going to do that in a bit. So next thing, I'm going to torque these to 16 Newton meters. These union nuts, by the way, they're size 17, so you've got two options to tighten them up. I've already set my torque setting there. It's either you use these are known as crowfoot sockets, right? Because they give you a variable bending angle, where in areas like this where access is difficult. The bottom one, because of access and because it's just underneath the fuel pump. Alternatively, there's this part again. It's a bended spanner. It's basically, once you slot it in there, right, you can then take my torque, slot it in there, then I'm able to talk to my specifications. For the top one, I'll just use the crow's foot. So I'm going to put it at 90 degrees, 90-degree angle to my top. It's the standard 16 Newton meter.